Hello, my name is Jimmy and welcome to the 2020 Mazda CX-30. The CX-30 is basically a Mazda 3, but a little bit lifted. They can't call it the CX-4, but it does fit between the CX-3 and the CX-5. The CX-4 nameplate's already been used in Mazda in China for their mid-size-ish SUV, so now they have the CX-30. Actually, in the near future, we should see more 30 styles type of vehicles from Mazda. So like there's a MX-30, which is like their compact, hybrid, electric SUV that they're coming up with. That one looks really, really cool. Can't wait to test that. But the CX-5 has been rumored to be called the CX-50 in the future. So should be pretty interesting. But as said, the CX-30 is basically the Mazda 3, just a little bit higher. And you can tell by its dimensions. The width is exactly the same. The length is 2.6 inches shorter than the Mazda 3 at 173 inches, and the wheelbase is also 2.8 inches shorter at 104.5. Height, of course, is a little bit taller, 5 inches, in fact, than the Mazda 3 at 61.7. So it's a little bit taller, it's the same width, and it's a little bit shorter. But overall, it definitely looks like a Mazda 3 that's just been a little lifted. And the overall design is absolutely great. Mazda does really good work with their vehicles. The entire front end is very Mazda-like. The chiseled front end, that really beautiful, intricate grille, and I love Mazda headlights. I love just how much detail they put inside the light itself. It's not just some bland blob. They really put a lot of work in there. Something that is different than the regular Mazda lineup is the indicator. Instead of just being off to the side, it's lower down on the front bumper here. And it actually looks really cool. At night, it illuminates amber to, well, just have a nighttime driving light. It's actually a really good design, and I love that overall. Moving down to the side, we got 18-inch wheels, and they look the part. I think any bigger would look just, well, too large for this vehicle. The body cladding is definitely there to emphasize the fact that it is an SUV. Personally, I'm not a big fan of just how much body cladding there really is. Wish they just reduce it a little bit. The CX-5 and the CX-3, it has that body cladding, but it's just not as thick. And on here, it looks a little bit too much in my opinion. But the overall shape looks great. It has the Mazda 3 curves. It's smooth from the front all the way to the back. And kind of like the BMW X2, it's that sportier appearance of the SUV, rather than a traditional kind of boxy shape that other vehicles have. And it actually looks really good from the side. And on the back, Mazda puts in a lot of attention to the taillights, and it really shows. They're MX-5 inspired, and I love those as well. Because this is the top trim, the tailgate is automated, which is very, very nice. Press a button on the inside or on the remote or even the outside of the car, and the tailgate does open. It doesn't have the kick to open or stand there to, automatically open the tailgate. So just don't look like an idiot while you're trying to open that tailgate. Once you open the tailgate, it reveals 20.2 cubic feet of space, 0.1 bigger than the Mazda 3. So if you're thinking the CX-30 is going to be more practical, well, it isn't. It definitely isn't. The space here is great though. There's plenty of room for you to put whatever you need. The rear seats do fold down, but it's only a 60-40 fashion, not the 40-20-40 that you get in the CX-5. Moving on to the rear seats, we have plenty of room. There's headroom, there's legroom. I'm not going to complain back here whatsoever. The sloping roofline just isn't as prominent as the one that you find in the Mazda 3, so there is a little bit more space here. While there isn't any USB ports back here, there's an air vent for ventilation, as well as 2 cup holders in the center console. Moving to the front seat, well, the front seats are great. There's plenty of support, and I think these are the exact same seats that's in the Mazda 3. Because I have just about as much room. Headroom is a little bit more, but legroom and just overall width is exact same. So no complaints here whatsoever. They are heated on this top trim, and same thing with the heated steering wheel. It's actually quite nice. It's a thin spoke design, not that thicker material that you get in some other manufacturers, and it's actually very elegant. Same thing with the cluster. While there is a digital display in the center, it's more traditional in the sense of how it works. It just represents an analog gauge, and I actually kind of like it. It shows you enough information, but nothing overbearing. And that same simplicity moves over to the infotainment system itself. This widescreen unit, it's great. It doesn't have touchscreen like the older Mazda models, but the interface itself has been updated. It is definitely a little faster, and there's still Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. For 2021, Mazda has already released that all models of the CX-30 will have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. Since it's not a touchscreen to control the screen itself, you're going to be utilizing this controller down here. It works quite well. I do like a rotary controller, but when you're in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, a touchscreen just works a little bit better. So may take a little bit of time to adjust, but definitely not a big hassle. As for the rest of the interior, it's just really well put together. Got leather, got soft touch materials all over. It's a very elegant place to be. There's even really nice stitching on the armrest itself. And yes, most of this interior is shared with the Mazda 3, so it's very, very similar. Just as similar as what's under the hood, we have a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. No, it's not turbocharged. It's just the naturally aspirated motor that we have in here. 186 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque. It's sufficient for this size of vehicle. I wouldn't say it needs any more. A little bit more is always welcome because who doesn't want more power? Connected to that engine, we have a 6-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. In the US, you can get the CX-30 in basically all trims, front or all-wheel drive, while in Canada, the top trim only comes in all-wheel drive. In terms of fuel economy, we're looking at 25 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway, and 27 combined. For us Canadians, that's 9.5 in the city, 7.4 in the highway, 8.6 liters for 100 kilometers combined. So numbers wise, it's definitely not bad. And the driving experience, it's even better because it's dynamically the same as the Mazda 3. It's a really, really good car to drive. The steering is direct and just bang on. You have really good chassis control and the suspension soaks up all the bumps you need while still feeling quite sporty. It's the best of all worlds. It truly is. And of course, Mazda gives you all the safety features that you have. On this top trim, we got lane keep assist, which does bounce from lane to lane. It doesn't do lane centering, but it also has radar guided cruise control. It has blind spot monitoring. So it has the safety features that you're looking for. Maybe just missing that lane centering, but it is what it is. Overall, the CX-30 is a really, really good car SUV. It has all the practicality that you need. So if you're looking for like a Mazda 3, but just want something to get in and out of a little easier, the CX-30 is perfect for that. In fact, there's a lot of buyers that's exactly what they're doing. Because in the US, year-to-date sales for the CX-30 has already exceeded Mazda 3. And it's easy to see why. The base price of a CX-30 comes in at $21,900, and the top trim that we have here is $29,600. The equivalent Mazda 3 is $28,900, which means there's only a $700 difference between the two. In Canada, the base price is $26,025, while the top trim we have here is $35,925, which means there's a $2,550 difference. So for $700, in the US anyways, it is definitely something that you're going to get in and out of a little easier. You still get all the Mazda 3 goodies. It's just as good on feel. It's just as powerful. What's not to like? Absolutely nothing that I can think of. Maybe this one thing. If you're going to have a passenger in the middle, this armrest will hit their knees because if you slide it backwards without telling them, it's going to go right into their knees. Just something to keep in mind. But I think that's really it. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video if you do. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what your thoughts are on the CX-30 in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Take care.